Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Well, today I'm going to be talking about how I got into anime. I mean, there's a lot of different ways people can get into it, but when I got into it, I didn't have any siblings at the time, and I was pretty much by myself, learning about all these different things. I didn't even know what anime was. First time I actually found out about it was when I was 13, and we were watching Mew Mew Power, right, on Pop Girl, and I remember thinking, wow, this is so cool. And it came up to episode 26 in the dub, and there was a to be continued, and I was like, what happens next? I mean, does she go and find a boyfriend? Because at the end of the episode, she's running after fighting the monster, obviously, and she's running to meet a boyfriend, and it's raining, and she's like, I hope I get there in time, and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And then I waited until the next episode came, and it was just the first episode again, and I was like, what? Where's the rest of it? So I looked into it, and I found that there was more episodes, but they were subbed, and I was like, why are they not in English? Anyway, I watched them, and I was like, what the hell? What is going on here? You know, you're watching them and you get a totally different vibe than what you got in the dub, because everything was censored or changed from 4Kids, you know, the company that dubbed it. And you're just like, bloody hell, you know. So I was like, I gotta see more things like this. And we had a library, put a library in the school, and I'd go in there and have a look if there was any anime or manga. And I found that there was only like 2 books. There was Death Note and there was Flame of Recca. And Flame of Recca was the first manga I actually read. It wasn't Tokyo Mew Mew, or Mew Mew Power, sorry, but like, it was Flame of Recca. And Flame of Recca was a shonen manga where the main guy wants to be a ninja. He's a high school student, he's a bit of a smart aleck, makes his own little weapons and stuff out of fireworks, because his last name is Hanabi, which means firework, and his dad makes fireworks. It's so simple but works so well. You read the first book and you're like, oh my god, I want to read more, but I could never find any more volumes because it was such an old manga. But I read Death Note, and it was like volume 5, so I was like, I don't understand what's going on. But in Flame of Recca, it was the first volume, so I was able to read the beginning and know what happens, know the characters. And this was before Netflix and Crunchyroll and all that. Blockbusters was still open. With the anime, a new transfer student came in, and he would draw manga, and he was very good at it. I looked at my drawings and I thought, these are shit, you know? Why is this guy so much better? But he'd show me like a method of how he did it, and he pretty much he did like 3 dots from the jaw to the chin, and then he'd match them up like a dot to dot, and then he'd curve them round and make them more natural, and that was the manga face. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. And then he told me like, hey, have you heard of Studio Ghibli? And I was like, no, what's that? And he was like, you ever heard of Studio Ghibli? Oh my god. So I went and googled it when I was in music class. I really shouldn't have been doing that. I should have been doing my piano practice, but you know, priorities, right? So I looked it up and I was like, oh my god, look at all these movies. Oh, I want to watch this, I want to watch that. And I was like, I need to get some of these. So I saved up my little bit of spending money, which was €5 a week, to go down to HMV and buy a Studio Ghibli movie. I can't remember the first one I bought, but I know that I was going in order. So I'd get the number 1, which was Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, and I was like blown away by it. It was nothing like I'd ever watched before, so I wanted to collect them after that. I started to collect them with my little bit of spending money or Christmas money or whatever, and I'd buy Studio Ghibli films, and I'd also look for other stuff as well that caught my interest, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, oh, that's good. And one of the first animes that I'd really got into after Tokyo Mew Mew was Bleach. And Bleach was by an accident, to be honest, because I was talking about it to a friend of mine. I was like, hey, this character's called Ichigo. She's called Zoe in the English dub, but she's called Ichigo here, and that means strawberry. Oh my god. And then my friend was like, Ichigo, do you mean this Ichigo from Bleach? And I was like, no, I'm talking about Tokyo Mew Mew. And he was like, no, I'm talking about Bleach. And I was like, what's Bleach? I want to know more about this. So I didn't know about the anime at the time. I just knew about the manga. And I'd go to Waterstones and I'd save up and buy the first volume, like I did with Studio Ghibli. And I eventually got quite a collection. And Bleach was like really, really good. It was a lot more adult themed because there was a lot more blood and gore, and there was a bit of swearing in it as well. But it was a big difference to what I was reading with Tokyo Mew Mew and watching Tokyo Mew Mew. Sorry, I got into Sailor Moon and this other one called what's the name? Nuku Dash, something like that. And there was Elfin Lied. They were all introduced from a friend's dad. He collected them and copied them, with the naughty downloading. And I remember going to my friend's house to just watch these anime and borrowing some of the discs and bringing them back. Oh yeah, Catgirl Nuku Dash. That's what it was called. But they were mainly subbed. There was a lot of subbed ones. And the manga side of it, I'd read some of that, whatever I could get my hands on. But I remember the first anime that I downloaded, I actually found a naughty downloading site called Pirate Bay. It's probably not there anymore, but you could pretty much download series that you'd search in, and I remember doing loads of AMVs on Bleach and Vampire Night and all that malarkey. But yeah, it was very good. I remember when I had the first series of Bleach, I finally got the first season. I think they had it in an Entertainment Exchange, a shop in town. We only have a small town, but we had that and we had HMV. And I'd go into and I'd be like, hey, to my friend, my other friend, not the other one. we'll call him Chunky, right? So Chunky would be like, this is stupid. Why are you watching this cartoons? And I was like, here, borrow the first volume. It's the first 4 episodes. Watch it and see what you think. And he'd come back like, okay, I'll give it a watch. And then the next day, he'd be like, I want the next one. Give me the next one right now. So that's what we'd talk about. We'd talk about Bleach, and that was one of the main series that I'd watch. And from that point, I'd branch out to other ones. And I eventually got my cousin liking this stuff as well. And then he went to Scotland and told them. So eventually, that side of the family were all into it because of this one title, which was Bleach. I am so grateful that I found all this stuff, because now I'm so knowledgeable about the genres and what to look for, and if I like sub or dub. To be honest, I don't mind either way, but I do like the dub because I follow some of the voice actors, and I like certain genres, so Madoka Magica and Sailor Moon. Tokyo Mew Mew, I've been a long-term fan of Tokyo Mew Mew for so long, but it's not exactly the best one out there, is it? Sailor Moon is... To be honest, I wasn't really into Sailor Moon when I first watched it. I didn't like it that much. I thought the main character was dumb and really silly, but I watched it from time to time, and I remember seeing the last episodes in sub because they wouldn't show it in English for some reason. I don't think they were up to that episode yet, but I was just so sad because they're all dying, and I was like, oh, they're all dying. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment on how you got into anime, because I'm just giving you a bunch of titles that I saw at that time, but I want to know what got you into anime. Maybe a brother or sister showed you, or a friend at school. I'd like to know. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, please subscribe. Without further ado, I shall see you in another one. Goodbye.